So I just thought of this video idea randomly one day, and I thought it would be a great thing to try out since they own both. So let's take a look. So let's start out with all the similarities. Anyway, they all have a similar skeletal structure because obviously they're both skeletons. They both have a default of blue eyes. Grim, obviously you can't change these, but the standard for him is blue eyes. It's what's pictured on the box and what comes with his demos. They both have the same movements. We've got a motor here and a motor here. For the arms, the difference being this is a regular motor and then this is a servo motor. Both have speakers, this one on the back and this one actually kind of hidden right here on the chest plate. Let's see. They both have sensors. His is right here in the middle of his chest. Grim, he has one right here on his hip. They both have posable arms, just like this. His seem to stay a lot better. You can see how much more difficult it is to move these than these. Let's see. I thought we were, oh yeah, we just got to stay with the similarities for now. They both have moving jaws, just like so. They both have a full servo head movement. Grim's being a little more locked in, whereas his likes to wiggle around a whole lot more. Yeah, they both have similar base structures. But yeah, now let's start with what's different, which is a whole lot of other things. He has digi eyes versus him, who has light up servo eyes. So you can see that can wiggle him a little bit around there. And then the most obvious difference between them is that he is a whole lot taller than him. Same thing with the bases. You can just tell it's kind of scaled up. This is a smaller, much more thin round base versus his hard metal base. Let's see. We have the feet. These are non-webbed. They're hollow on the inside versus these that have, these are also hollow on the inside, but they have a bottom. These do not have a bottom. And these are all webbed, which is a little weird. These much look more like skeleton feet than these. They both have these bones. I feel like this is a lot more realistic to how the real thing looks. I feel like overall he's much more of a realistic skeleton versus Grim, which I feel like is a little more inaccurate to what a skeleton really looks like. Specifically, you can see around here the hip piece. It's a lot more accurate than whatever this is. Grim, you can see it's really kind of flat right there versus this has the bumps like how it would usually be on a human. The paint job is slightly different. He's a more gritty, darker tone versus his more regular skeletal tone. He's a lot more smooth and shiny versus his sort of matte plastic. You can see he has two pieces of his rib cage that are kind of just molded together versus one big mold right here. Grim, this whole piece from down here all the way to up here is one piece versus him, which the hip piece, see, it connects right there. This is a separate piece. This is a separate piece. Although, interestingly enough, they both have this little hole here for a screw on the back. I guess Grim's got cut out in the development stage and they decided to just put them together. These guys are both made by Seasonal Visions International. The backs look pretty similar. The chest is a lot more slim on this versus a little more outward, I feel like, on this, as well as being a little skinnier with the ribs. It's a kind of a different shape, I would say. This is also a little different. This is kind of a rectangle-ish, where this is like a whole square chunk that's missing. The heads are a big difference in terms of the shape, I feel. You can just take a look like that. He has this kind of neck connection, which is just this whole one clip wire, and the servo's connected like this. He was the first servo prop back when he was introduced. This guy, he covers it a lot better. He has wires that are screw-inable, then just connects right like this. Super simple. Yeah, he does have lights, which is something that Grim does not have. He has, let's talk pricing. He currently retails for $279.99 at Home Depot in 2025. When he released, he initially was I believe $279.99 as well. Exact same as him in 2021, but I believe the next year in 2022 and forward, they raised his price to $299.99. So he was $300. So in current age, he would cost more than this guy. And I can kind of see why. He has the servo eyes and the servo arm versus a motor and digi eyes. I'm not sure which one actually costs more to produce. But this guy, a big advantage of him, he is outdoor rated. Grim is not. And Grim is a lot more, I feel like, flimsy than this sturdy guy. You can see his hands, fully posable. If you put a finger, ow, it's so strong it pinched me. But yeah, it'll lock in just like this. You can do whatever you want with it. Grim, he's weird webbed hands. And even if you try to pose them like this, that's not really staying. If you try to put it all the way up, it just doesn't stay, you see? It's a big problem on this guy. It's not even a snap lock at all. So he has a cord. They're both 5.9 volts. Runs down the back using 1, 2, 3 clips. And right there. Grim also uses 3 clips, but they're a little separate and on a different leg. His adapter's right there. Connects just like this. He is kind of weird. All the snap lock and screws are hidden under here, and then here he has a hole for his snap lock. Grim, he has holes for both snap locks. It's also 2 different leg pulls. This is a leg pull, and this is a leg pull. Same with this. Versus him, which is just 1 straight leg pull all the way down. Here you can see this little engraving by Seasonal Visions International, SVI. He has one right here and right here. You can see that all of this guy's controls, this is the 2025 Bluetooth skeleton, are all on his back here. You can see if you go around, it causes this little box shape, which doesn't look the best from the front. Versus him, you won't find that here. You'll find everything neatly down here. Versus him, where everything is all up here, besides his adapter, which is right there. They both have essentially the same stance. This leg in front of this leg, pretty much the same. Obviously, the biggest difference of them all is him being able to be fully customized versus him, which just comes with his phrases. But his speaker quality is much better, and he has an external speaker jack, so if you wanted, that can be even better. Versus him, his speaker is really quiet with no external speaker jack, which is really disappointing. So you're just stuck with what you have. Versus him, who's good already, plus you can make him even better. So that's a big thing to consider. Anyway, which one is better? I'm honestly not quite sure. They both have their strengths, both have their flaws. Yeah, both are good for what they are. They're really good props, both of them. And I would highly recommend both of them, honestly. But yeah, he's still around, new for this year. I believe he got discontinued, but if you can find him for a good price, he's also really, really awesome. He's around 6 feet, he's around 6.5 feet. Now let's see them both demoed at once. And what's funny is that I can make him speak exactly like Grim if you really wanted to. So let's see. Let's go to sensor and let's turn him on. Let's see what they do.
Your host is not here right now. They're busy building something in the backyard. But we'll have loads of fun while they're gone.
You can see that he is louder and he is only on half volume versus him who's on full volume and is still quieter. Who's better? You guys can tell me your opinions in the comments down below. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this detailed and unique video. And this has been the Flagship Phantom, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.